But first, it's back to bikes, because I don't know if you're heading out on your bike this morning. Have you done your necessary and usual checks? Have you got your helmet? Have you got your working lights? Maybe you've got some high-vis straps around your ankles, or you've got a whole big old high-vis jacket wrapped around you or your backpack. Well, we know as the clocks go back next week, people in Waltham have been telling us that they have been struggling to spot cyclists on the road, and it's going to get harder as it gets darker for longer.
At night, you get a lot of young cyclists with no lights on, dressed in black, so you can hardly see them.
Mainly the young lads going to school and they're dashing in and out between the cars, and you think, just don't do it. But you don't say anything to them because you know you get abuse.
9 times out of 10, they don't wear a high vis. So seeing them at night is nearly impossible.
Bradley Road, coming back, and it's dark. They're in black clothing, black hoods, and you're on them. My friend nearly ran someone off the bike recently. So yeah, bad.
Just a few opinions there, which I'm pretty sure most people who own cars have had experiences like these. Now, what can we do to make sure that everyone is safe on our roads? Emily Cherry is the Chief Executive of the Bikeability Trust, which runs cycling training in schools. Emily, good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. So, as the nights get darker, tell us just how important is it that cyclists make sure that they can be seen?
Well, good morning, Kofi. What a pleasure to join you on the show this morning and talk about all the wonderful ways that we can make ourselves safe and be seen on the roads for cycling, because that's really key here. So I think, as a lot of your callers were then speaking about on the radio show, we do see a lot of children particularly wearing dark clothes. So the Highway Code tells you 2 working lights, absolutely. So make sure that you've got 2 working lights. It also, we teach children, and we actually teach children in high vis, but we also talk to them about wearing clothing. But unfortunately, a lot of school uniform policies mandate dark clothing, so and particularly coats for children. So I've got a lot of sympathy with children that they're being told by schools they've got to wear dark clothing, but we're obviously encouraging them to wear things to help them be seen and be safe. And then the final top tip that we've got for you, which is a really important one that we teach on our courses, is the way that you position yourself in the road. So you might feel like staying right next to the curb is the safest way. Actually, it's safer to be seen by coming out into the centre of the lane so that cars can see you more safely.
Some solid, really good advice there. Now, what sort of things do you guys do when you're going into schools? I guess most kids have been using their bikes for quite a while. They might have picked up a few habits, a few traits, but what can you teach kids to stay safe when cycling in the dark?
Well, I have to say, I've got to praise Hull here, because Hull actually tops the whole country for teaching of bikeability. So all children who go to by the end of year 6 get training from Hull. So something that the whole area and the region could be really proud of the team in this place. It's absolutely fantastic to see. When we go in, there are 4 key skills that we're really teaching children. So we can teach everyone from if they don't know how to balance, through to learn to ride, out to cycling on the roads. The 4 key skills are making sure you observe, so you're looking around for what's coming up ahead and what's behind you, the way you position yourself in the road, so that centre of the lane piece that I just explained. Then we've also got how you communicate, so how you show you where your intentions are, if you're going to turn left or turn right, that you're using hand signals. And then just really, really important to have that looking behaviour, so constantly looking around to see where everyone is on the road with you.
And I love that. I did not know that about Hull. More kids passing their cycle tests than anywhere else in the country. Absolutely smashing it. I'm hearing that we visit over 3,300 year 6 pupils during the last school year. That is massive. I don't know what it is about the culture here in Hull. Maybe is it because it's so flat that it's got more people out on their bikes? I don't know what it is, but clearly there's a massive importance on getting kids out there and getting them trained up on how to cycle. Are you noticing different areas have got different approaches to this?
Yeah, so the course Bikeability is the same everywhere where you go for the ages and the courses that we teach, but it is about the commitment of the local authorities. So this is where Hull City Council have done a really, really great job. They wanted to make sure children are safe on the road. Bikeability is not just a life skill, it's also a life-saving skill, because we are teaching children to ride independently. For some of them, it's their first ever road safety experience of kind of going out on the road, and that's why it's so critical what we do. But I also want to congratulate the whole area as well for last week. So last week was Cycle to School Week.
Yes,
we had
it
over
was.
430,000 people taking part across the country. And in Humberside, we had 20 schools and over 8,000 pupils taking part. So
Nice.
you guys are doing really well. There's a big commitment in your area to making sure that children are safe and seen on the roads.
I mean, like, we're pretty awesome. Do you know what I mean? We're pretty awesome. I think we know that as well. One question I've got for you, because I know that you work with kids. I know you work with schools. It's not the kids are the problem. The kids are all right. It's the adults. And I said this morning, I had a couple of encounters. Adults dressed in black on their way to work. No lights, no helmets, no high-vis, nothing. How do we get into them? How do we undo all those years of bad habits, of cycling bad habits, and get them to lighten up?
Yeah, so certainly we would agree with you. Unfortunately, cycling proficiency kind of stopped like in the 80s and 90s. So there's an entire generation of adults now out on our road that didn't get cycle training as a child. So embed those early healthy habits and it carries through into adulthood. I would say cycle training. So, come out. It doesn't matter how many years you've been cycling. I was not the world's most confident urban cyclist in cities before I came to Bikeability. I did a course. Now I really know how to keep myself safe on the road. So regardless if you think you've got the greatest cycling skills in the world, come and do a Bikeability course. And it's not just for children. You can find on our website your local training provider, and they also do adult courses as well.
I might have to come and do one with you. I did actually fail mine in year 6. I'll tell you that now, and I haven't been back to do it. So I might have to see if I can do it now as an adult. But I'll be in touch with you, Emily. We'll see. We'll have a look into this. Later on in the show, we're going to have a bike mechanic from the local cycling charity Revolution, and they're going to be coming into the studio. So if you've got any questions about how to get your bike ready for the darker months, let us know this morning, and we can throw them through to Ollie later on. This is really exciting. It's really, really interesting. I'm really chuffed to hear about the Humberside area, just having all the kids really on it with their bike awareness and taking care of themselves on the road. That's really made my day. That's really given me a boost today.